Hello, this is Certified Hypnotist Chantel Cash, and I'm also a Reiki Master Teacher. I'm going to do a very brief overview about a class I have coming up, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, and this topic is truly resonating with a lot of people who are ready not only to climb out of the matrix of their mindset, but they're also ready to take it up a level and create something that we call sovereignty. I am going to be teaching a class, and this class is pretty much called Creating Sovereignty. And we're going to be touching on things like, what is sovereignty? What is its role, not only in your personal life, but in, your surrounding community, globally, in a whole variety of ways, how you can create sovereignty. We'll be talking about, where the role of religion fits into this potential outcome that many people that are, we're going to say, investigating this potential path, it's really nothing new. And the fact is we have quite a few points. And this is all copywritten material, so just so everybody knows, not only is this going to be put into a book, but this is a formatted class that is going to be taught. And, right now, it's just a very brief overview. So those of you who are interested and already know me, you can message me and we can talk about this class in further detail. Right now, I'm just going over the bullets of the class. The word sovereign is a powerful word. And when we work in our personal life to become sovereign, we're actually creating a new paradigm for ourselves. We're creating a new reality. And it's separate from your idea of worship. Now, we're going to go through very briefly, and I only have so much time. I'm not set up on the great YouTube where you can have unlimited video time, so I'm just going over this in a very short period of time. So the S in sovereign stands for selfless, but it can also stand for service. So it's really what word you want to apply. Many people who create a sovereign lifestyle have already established that they have committed to a life of serving others. The next letter is O, which is omnipresent. And we really do strive to become omnipresent. And we know that we don't need to get on our knees, our hands and feet, and worship any deity. That we can be much like God Source, and we can be omnipresent and co-creators with God Source. V for virtuous. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection, not truly. Anybody who tells you that there is slightly erroneous in thought. So virtues, they come in all, different kinds of labels. There's honesty, there's integrity, there's compassion. So it's creating more virtue in your life. The next letter is E, and I use the word euphoric because, quite frankly, that is a state of being, and you really do become euphoric when you work the level of sovereignty, when you start to remove all erroneous beliefs, false information, anything that really doesn't resonate inside your soul. You work on that, and it creates a level of euphoria. The next level or letter is R, and I originally was going to go with the word relieved, but I believe that what was the word we were going to go with? It was relieved. Release. Release, that's right. You're really releasing everything that does not serve you. You're releasing thoughts, feelings, ideas, blockages. All of these things you're releasing, and you're releasing it not only to the past but also to the future, because creating sovereignty means that you're looking forward. You're not looking behind. The next letter is E again, and we use the term enlightened. And not in the sense that, we're these enlightened beings and we're better than anyone else. Of course not. we're creating a level of enlightenment inside of our beings when we see the amazing true nature of things, the true reality of things as it is. And that creates a sense of enlightenment. The next letter is I, and I use the word infinite for this letter. Infinity, infinite, and really when you create a level of sovereignty, you are creating an infinite level of awareness on many layers, metaphysically, multidimensionally. You're able to connect with other pieces of yourself and allow them into your sovereign space. And it really does, for some, create a very comfortable frequency. And others, it may, rub them a little bit the wrong way, but that's only because they're not resonating at that frequency. So, realize that you are infinite. And part of being sovereign is realizing that you are an infinite being. The G stands for grateful or gratitude. And this is the key element of sovereignty. This is the key element of creating a sovereign self, is gratitude. Without gratitude, you probably won't get to a next step in your soul's evolution. So you really need to understand that gratitude is at the heart of love, and it's also at the heart of compassion and kindness. And those things are all important, and like we discussed, they are virtues. The final letter is N, and it's noble. Making noble choices. It doesn't mean like nobility as in royalty. It means being noble. I look at many people now that are striving to their highest potential. They're striving to be the best that they can be on a soul level and on a human level. So I really do feel that the whole word sovereign, each one of those letters helps you realize what being a sovereign being actually is. And a lot of people ask me, well, why should we become sovereign? I'm happy with the way things are. I'm happy with where I'm at. That's okay. The sovereign path isn't for you. The sovereign path isn't for just anybody. Okay? This is something that you come to terms with over time, and I believe that it is part of a soul's evolution. And, there's a lot of people in metaphysics, and there's a lot of people working this realm, not only metaphysically, but multidimensionally as well. And I just really believe, there's historical bases behind sovereignty. We talk about sovereign nations. And, do the same principles really apply? What would apply to a sovereign nation, to a sovereign person? And these are some of the things we will be discussing in the class. And, we're really going to be going over a lot of, in-depth discussion on the various natures of sovereignty, because we have sovereignty in relationships, we have sovereignty in business contracts, sovereignty in government, sovereignty in ethical responsibility, spiritual sovereignty, sovereign churches, and sovereign angels and guides. And, for some it is actually like creating a status of sovereignty. And, I do, there's a lot of things that I do, but the most important thing that I focus on when creating sovereignty is that I am sovereign. I'm a sovereign being. I'm a sovereign sentient being. Multidimensionally, there is nothing that owns my soul. Creation has allowed us all to exist, and we're all beautiful fractals, facets, pieces of the one divine creation, the source of all creation. And we are all co-creators with the source. And I believe that God, the ones we believe as God, the supreme God of all creation, would never want us to get down on our hands and knees, not only to supplicate to Him, but to beg for anything. There are, we have the four-body system, so we want to create sovereignty on the physical plane, meaning our physical body, on the emotional plane, the mental plane, and the spiritual plane. And in this class, we will be discussing all of these topics, and it's, we're really going to go in depth. There'll be some exercises as well. We'll be working with people keeping track of their own personal experiences as they embark on the path of sovereignty. There really is nothing to be afraid of creating a sovereign condition within your soul. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. And I actually attribute this and thank people in the metaphysical community for bringing the word to my awareness. As a paranormal investigator, it's created a whole new level of awareness and how certain entities and beings respond to you when doing certain work. We will be touching on all these things. I believe it's going to be 3 to 4 parts to this class. It's going to be pretty extensive, and it's going to be at your own pace, so there's no rush in taking this class, but I really want those who are only interested to contact me. I've already got a few people that are breathing down my neck about this class, and they really feel the importance of the information that is contained. I would like to thank those who, and those who are listening know who you are. I'd like to thank you for encouraging me, calling me brave. I'm really not that brave. I believe in the heart of my being that there isn't a single being, deity, demon, angel, God out there who has any control over me. Okay? That I am a friend to co-creator, to creation, to the universe, and the universe creation is a friend to me and to all of you. And we've really been told a lot of things to put fear into us and to instill this perpetuating fear. And in some it creates madness, a soul-type madness that actually has followed them throughout their many lifetimes. And these are the people who need sovereignty more than anything else. Being sovereign is a gift. It is a gift. And I personally have just never been so affected by any amount of information so much in my life, because I was raised in the Catholic Church, and I was put through the Baptist Church, and then I went to Lutheran Church, and then I became a Buddhist, and then I was, looking into paganism, and I was always searching for the one God, even Jesus, and I adore the working with Jesus, Yeshua Christi. So please realize, no matter what deity you're working with, if they're a true deity, they do not require you to worship them, because you are sovereign. You are a sovereign being of creation, a sovereign being of the universe, and you are free. Bright blessings.